time is here. Welcome to another episode of Barbershop Stories Podcast. Episode 148.
148, we in here.
148. We got a special guest in the house. Y'all may know her, but if you don't know her, you'll know her in just a minute. This young lady right here is a serial entrepreneur. She sells shirts, hats, hope, crop top, tank top, tennis shoes, haircuts, hair competitions, barber competitions, and the rest she gonna tell you her goddamn self. Y'all go ahead and give it up for the world famous from Woodlawn, Alabama, right down 50th Street. Give it up for Lex Jakaya.
Let's get it round.
What up, Lex? What's going on? What's going on?
How y'all doing today?
Yeah, we spectacular.
go.
Appreciate you coming on in and taking your time to come on out and just sit with us so we can know a little bit more about you. Mm-hmm. You know, if anybody's seen the flyer, it said the old gen versus the new gen. So the old gen versus the new gen, I got an idea what it means because I'm an old gen, so you know we might be a little turtle sometimes. So explain what that means. But before I say that, before you explain what it means, this right over here to my left and to y'all right on the camera is...
Hey, on No Nose, we keep that info for you. We got Lex in the building, better known as Wham, 4K.
Wham 4K and 4K.
Let's see what's on our mind.
Wham 4K and 4K. So shit, we'll jump right on into it, Lex. Well, the first thing is entrepreneur. I ain't gonna just call you a barber, you're an entrepreneur. You know, you wear many hats, plaits, braids, enhancement and all. So under all those hats, what inspired you to say, you know what, I'm gonna leave the job field and I'm just gonna take a chance at being an entrepreneur, because it is a chance you take being an entrepreneur. What sent you there?
I say what really sent me there is just I've been working a job since I was 15, so I understand like how I want to operate, how I want to be treated, and I know like it shouldn't take long to make any type of money. So one day I just decided that it was time for a change, and I picked up some clippers and I just went to work. And I can say it hasn't like been easy, but the process is beautiful. So going fast forward, going fast forward is just a blessing. So yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this. All right, so when you say, you just said, all right, man, I'm finna leave this job field and I'm gonna take the shot at clippers. Was it somebody around you that inspired you to cut? Were you already like cutting here and there, cutting your own head, or you seen somebody else cut and was like, damn, that look like that might be dope to do?
Nah, actually, like one day, like during the pandemic, I was like testing different things out, trying to see like what could I do to occupy my time. Mm-hmm. So I decided that I was just gonna pick up the clippers, and I started with my best friend, and ever since that day, it went up from there. So
okay, when you started, how many heads you asked up before you got fat?
I did several. Like I want to say like even my best friend, I messed up like on her haircut the first time, but I done messed up plenty heads, and it's still like room to learn, even still today. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was just gonna say, she let you just cut her hair out the gate like that.
Nah, it took a bit.
You had never touched the clipper?
Nah, never.
And you ain't practice on your own. You just went straight to work on somebody else's head.
Like YouTube and TikTok was my biggest thing I was on. So
that's a hell of a friend.
Yeah, I watch different videos and just learn from what I'm seeing on social media, and then
just went from there.
Yeah.
And then I think one of the biggest things is getting the handle of the clippers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people they'll say they cut or whatever, which is cool. But once you get the handle of the clippers, everything you saw, you kind of put it in one, and then find your own style. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think that's what barbering is like all about, like your own creativity, your own art. So.
So you originally from Birmingham?
Yeah, I'm from Birmingham. I'm from Woodlawn.
Oh, you Woodlawn. Okay, yeah. Okay. The great Woodlawn. You know, what is this? This West Woodlawn, ain't it? How they got on the little bus stop out there and say West Woodlawn.
West Woodlawn.
Okay, so you from the east side, but from West Woodlawn.
Mm-hmm.
All Now we gotta make that make sense. Now you gotta be from East Woodlawn.
So during the pandemic, were you still in school, or were you out of school? Cause I mean, just looking at you, family. I mean, I know that you know what I'm saying, been around shop for a few years, but I'm sure the viewers like she looked fairly young to be in the shop. So, what age did you start? Were you still in school during the pandemic, or were you fresh out of school, or what?
Alright, so I started when I was in the 11th grade. I believe I was 17, and now I'm 21. And
So you were in the 11th grade during the pandemic? Okay, that's what's up.
yeah, and it'll make 4 years of me like being consistent cutting hair next month on the 19th. So September 19th, it'll make 4 years of me being consistent with cutting hair.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. Well, you know, I do believe though anything you get in and you take serious, it can definitely be very, very lucrative for you. And lucrative not just on the financial sense, but far as on just having the freedom to be able to explore different things and make as much money as you want.
That's true.
Yeah,
So that gap right there, you said 4 years on the 19th, so that'll put it back to 2022. So you started in the pandemic. So what was you doing that whole year and a half, 2 years? Learning, or you was up and down, deciding if you was gonna do it? What?
Yeah, I was up and down, back and forth with my fast food jobs, and then one day I just woke up and I decided like it was time to take a leap of faith and go all in with a talent that God had blessed me with. So I was back and forth trying to figure out what worked for me. I even tried the military out for a little bit.
Oh, you was in the service?
Yeah.
Like the old folks, you was in the service?
Yeah, so I tried the military out, and I came back home. I knew that's like I didn't want to do that, so I was like, I gotta lock in with barbering, and it's brought me a long way.
Well, you know what your story kind of sound like? You ever seen the movie Forrest Gump?
I have,
All right, well, I'm gonna tell you, Forrest Gump, he went to the military, he met the president,
Did all
he
kinds.
sold shrimp, he had a boat, he cut hair, he did everything. He ran in the race, he played for
Oh, with the
Alabama.
hippies, yo.
Yeah, you know, so what I'm saying is that you're not scared to explore your opportunity. And you gotta check out Forrest Gump too.
yeah, I got
You'll come in and you'll laugh like crazy once you see it, because you're gonna be like, this nigga called me Forrest Gump. But yeah, that's a good thing. So let me ask you this: as a professional barber myself, that's been doing about 32 years, right now with your 4th year slanging them haircuts, what era of barbering you would like to see come back around? Because I know, like right now, you in an era where a lot of people wearing twists, locks, braids, enhancements, size temp, back temp. What era would you want to see come back? If you're familiar with how the haircut styles went from high top fades to even all overs to just low with a temp fade or real low, what we used to call Easter low, or what era would you want to see come back, or are you okay with where it is now?
And that just go back to the topic, old gen versus new gen. I really want to see like when you first started, like your era of time, like how the haircuts was, cause it has changed. So like, you know, they say like history like repeat itself. It's like a cycle. So one day I hope to, you know, get to experience and cut on the head and like want to try something new,
Yeah,
like the Easter load.
yeah. You say like the Easter low. Oh yeah, the Easter low. That was yeah. It'll all come back around. You know, like I remember when people was wearing bell bottoms and big clothes and big jeans. Then it went to skinny jeans and little shirts, but everything has always been around.
Yeah.
It just take somebody who's popular, somebody who's viral, somebody who's known to come out with that outfit or that particular haircut, and it'll all come back around.
That's
So
true.
it done probably been back in maybe, a little bit over 15 years now. Before fading came back, it really was just low haircuts, Easter low, or number one down to the waist. You really didn't get a lot of full fades. You got your attempt here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now.
But you really didn't get a lot of full fades. I still remember a full fade I cut at the old shop me had been to work that. Guy had a high top box fade. Old school cat used to come in. It wasn't much. Well, he was a little bit older than us, but he
You
wasn't
talking about,
old. Isaiah.
Isaiah, I don't know why.
And
with
I
that
just
Jerry
remember,
fade.
yeah. And we had a real big high school clientele at that time down the street because we were right, like literally a block away from Woodlawn High School, block or two away. And man, I can never forget. I can never forget how those dudes just be giggling under their breath, ready to crack when he walked out cause of that fade. You know what I'm saying? And now they back. But back then, you know, everybody was just wearing straight even all over. You know, it was about how deep your waves were back then. You know what I'm saying? But fades was around before then too. You know, the braids, all that stuff. You know, like you said, it comes back in cycles. So you'll probably get a chance to cut those.
It'll be back. Just
those
be
different
ready.
styles.
Cause somebody gonna hit that TV or that internet. Well, I'm just talking. They would say old gen talking TV.
Yeah.
When somebody hit that internet with a high top fade or something, it's gonna come back. All it takes is to be cut right, and people see it like, damn, and then it'll start
Boosie
coming
brought
around.
him back around. When he came out, I know Boosie
Boosie
kind of
fade
popularized him again, made people start getting that skint fade again. The temp kind of, you know what I'm saying, it had always had its place, you know, here and there, but, you know, how we kind of wear it now with the, you know, with the temp and the fat back, you know, that style was kind of around. It was cut a little different back in the day, but it was around back in the day.
And you might have seen it too, Lex, and probably just didn't know what it was called. Like a lot of people from Texas, where some people here call it fatback, and then some people call it a shag, where it's just a little piece of hair in the back. Then some of them have it low in the middle, blended.
Different styles you can wear it in, just depending on how you want to rock it.
Oh yeah, so it all come back around. It just take the right person to come out with it and rock it and be fresh with it, and it look good. It'll come back around.
That's like that go to one of my questions that I wanted to ask. Like, how do y'all feel about like the tremendous changes that's like happened over the years? Like, you can expand on like the prices and you know, like being a business owner during like COVID, how they may have changed and operated like the shop, people coming in and out. So
that's interesting.
That's good. You want to tackle it first, or you want to get?
I mean, in my experience, I kind of seen it. I've been cutting right over probably a little over 35 years, so 20, a little over 20, well over 20 in the shop, all close to 30 in the shop. So yeah, I've seen it change a whole lot over that time. You know, I remember when it was just straight walk-in clientele. You know, when you really didn't have a lot of shops going on appointments. You seen that more so in the beauty shops back in the 90s and before. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they bashed the new gen for like the system that we built around barbering now with appointments only.
Well, the app appointments only. Well, I ain't gonna say we were appointments only, but just about. You know, just depending on how high volume you were, you know, just about appointments only. But you always accepted walk-ins because guess what? You don't turn nobody around doing business hours. But I think the apps are pretty.
Boy, don't let that motherfucker.
Well, they're pretty big. Eh?
Lord, just don't look at them. Just don't look at them.
But the apps are pretty much, I think, the newest part of what people are doing, the booking apps. The appointments kind of, they've been around, but it was more like phone based. You know what I'm saying? I think that changed a lot during COVID. The apps were around before COVID. Don't get me wrong, but I think they came in stronger during and after COVID because, you know, getting in the chair became a little bit more scarce. You know, you had a lot of people that may not have been so far along in barbering, so, you know, they fell back and may have got jobs. So, you know, it took down the number of barbers that were out here that was available. People were what they called it when you were cutting or working, and they called it at risk or
you was an essential worker.
Yeah, you were essential.
You was
so
considered essential.
Being called essential, the title of essential took rates up and made changes to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Because having a personal barber became essential. You know what I'm saying, during that time. You know.
Well, yeah, I think the changes for me personally, I definitely embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker that hard.
Yeah.
I definitely embraced it, but at the same time, I like to embrace the basis of when I first started, because haircutting, it's a business, but it's also personal. Because when you go to dealing with people, for let's just say you meet a customer today, they book online, you meet them, he or she come in, y'all talk, they get the service, they go on about their business. But what's different when you've been dealing with that person 10 years and you done watch children come in and watch the family come in and been to funerals with them and been to birthday parties, it become a little bit more personal. So it's like me, I love the booking apps because it's a great option, but I'm still connected with the old roots on just give me a call, because that personal relationship may allow me to do things that the app don't offer. But I do believe in both though, because everything has to evolve. But I love being able to hear somebody that you've been cutting since the 10th grade. So for the 10th grade, for me, you talking about 30 years ago, and they still willing to shop with you. It's like they get a few more perks than the average person would. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's almost unwritten rule, but it's things like on your birthday, you don't owe me nothing. Stuff like that makes a difference in them because they feel as a valued customer. And I think that with some of the new rules, depending on who you servicing, it can be kind of offensive to them, depending on the relationship. But I like both sides of it though.
So like, what's something that y'all feel like that y'all struggle with like today? Like it could be pertaining clients, the way that you like your system set up, your work system. What's something like that y'all struggle with?
Okay, struggle as far as in the business of barbering?
Yeah, like the barbering of business that.
Okay.
We done brought up Barbershop Stories
Well,
podcast.
okay, so
148, we done brought on her and she asked another question.
Nah, ain't no doubt.
That's what I'm talking about.
You smell. But I would say not a lot, because being in this kind of a business or entrepreneurship, for one, I'm doing something I like to do, so it ain't really a thing to do it. I ain't gonna even call it difficult, but the most thing to do is to show up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I would say struggle.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I think the showing up part may be like the hardest part.
Showing up, I guess depending on how you feel about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Once you get used to it, you kind of springing up anyway, just like any other job. But
well, I wouldn't necessarily say like showing up, coming to work, or like say you may be dealing with stuff outside of work, okay. And like you gotta still be present, still know how to like.
Oh yeah, conduct yourself and be cordial. Yeah, you can't bring the house to work with you. That's on any job or shit, school or anywhere. For that part.
Well, I know, like for me, I wouldn't say a struggle. I think is because it's something that I chose. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't choose who you service sometimes, but the work itself I chose. So it's never work to me. It's never a struggle. I may sometimes be frustrated because, you may deal with a hollering ass child or a dude who sleep won't hold their head up. But even in that, I look at it like it's just part of the job. Because if I cut 100 heads this week, 95 of them was perfect. So the 5 I have to deal with is almost like shit, nigga. You couldn't expect for the shit to get 100. You got a 95.
Everything ain't gonna go your way.
Yeah, so I would, it's kind of hard for me to say that when I chose. You know what I'm saying? Now somebody like, you get in there and cut that hair. I may be like, I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I chose it, so I enjoy everything that come with it.
Yeah, sweaty heads. People won't sit still. Different stuff like that. It's just like Benny said, the rigors of the job. You know what I'm saying? Having to try to get somebody out the chair. Where you probably didn't set an appointment for too short a time, and you gotta. Or somebody running late and throw a job, just the normal stuff. But other than that, it's really not a big issue that I probably would call a struggle, even though I know you ain't that strong on the word. You just saying what's some things about the job that may not always be perfect or whatever. I get that. But yeah, I probably would say just the rigors of the job, just like any other job. Just like if I was, at a restaurant, you know what I'm saying, dealing with unruly customers at the table or anything, you know what I'm saying. Being rushed, if you had a lot of orders to get out, you know what I'm saying. Other than that, it's really not a struggle. I'll be here all night trying to think of something to say.
Yeah.
That was bad about, you know what I'm saying, the barbering industry.
All right. So now we got a question for you, Les Jakaya. So when you decided to just let your job go, well, first of all, what type of fast food job did you work?
I worked at Guthrie's
You worked at Guthrie?
and Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah. So you sure enough weren't making no money. Oh yeah, that mess around work a whole 40 hours, check me 20808.
Yeah.
You're not lying.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I used to work at Camp D. I used to work at Camp D. That was the first Papa Dole. I used to work at the Olive Garden. I used to work at the Birmingham Zoo. And I also used to work for my father. He had a landscape company and a couple of restaurants. But yeah, so when you first quit Guthrie's in the Queen of the Dairies, and you said, you know what, boom, I'm full speed cutting hair. Were you nervous about it, or did you second guess it when you first did it?
I think I was more nervous than anything, cause I know like there was earned income. Like I know for a fact I was gonna be making that paycheck, rather than coming to sit in the barbershop and knowing like I didn't have like a consistent clientele yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just go back to showing up and like being present, and everything will flow the way that you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely was nervous, and like I said, it really took a huge leap of faith to walk away from a job and say, okay, I'm gonna be all in with a talent that was given to you. So yeah, I was nervous.
I always say, hey, you might find somebody with as much, but not more faith than an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It take a heap of saying, all right,
Oh yeah.
we're going to go with this right here.
It's
It take a heap of faith.
It's a different level of responsibility too.
Yeah.
It's a different level.
You might find it with as much. It might be equal right there, but you ain't going to find it over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to believe, Jack.
That's something else, because most people don't leave them jobs. Like, I know a lot of barbers and stylists and nail techs. Oh, man, when I get off work, I do it. But I was like, but if you go to work, you probably make 2-3 times more.
Mm-hmm.
But they stuck in a system where it's almost hard to break. And I understand, because they looking at, I know every week I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
When you doing this,
Yeah.
shit, you may over-exceed it, but then again, your face may be as long as I-20.
On that clock,
It
you
can
know what I'm
happen.
saying? These folks say I'm gonna make such and such per hour that I'm here.
Yeah.
Whether I'm working or not.
Mm-hmm.
I can be just standing around. They gonna get it. So I get it. You know, you come stand around that shop and don't see it moving. Don't see that what them young folks calling it now, that dog.
Yeah, that dog shit.
That dog
Yeah,
shit. You don't see that
dog
dog
shit.
flowing.
Oh, yeah.
Then you gonna probably be thinking about something else to do if you don't have the endurance or if your responsibility level is so high that you can't maintain your overhead on trying to break into something new. You know what I'm saying? That's with any business, not just barbering. You trying to break into something new, you're gonna have to be able to maintain overhead that you've already created, unless you're younger and coming out of the house. You know what I'm saying? Where you probably grew up in, and well, I said probably where you grew up at, and you have that boost to where, okay, I can sit back before I create so much responsibility and go ahead and build this right here now. You know what I'm saying? But how was that for you? How would you advise somebody that say, okay, that has a talent, they're young, they're in high school, or any grade level of school, middle school, high school, just a young adult, they have a level of talent that's something that can be lucrative if they put it out there. What's your advice to a person that's younger, not already out the house with create responsibility with children and somewhere to take care of, bills to pay and all that? A person who's looking to get into something like barbering or as far as entrepreneurship would go, what's your advice to them as far as, okay, what should I do first? Should I go get a job first? Should I go to college? Should I, you know what I'm saying? What's your advice as far as you know?
Like, my honest opinion would be to have a 9-to-5 first, like a regular fast food job or, you know, a warehouse job. And
Okay.
the only reason I say that is to build a foundation. Like, you can stack money to invest in what you want to do.
You know, buy equipment.
Mm-hmm. And then once you get to where you want to be with your savings, that's when you'll start pouring into your business over time, and you'll watch it grow. And eventually, you're going to want to be like, okay, I want to go all in. And I say just be patient with it. Because it's not, like, the process is the most beautiful thing. It's not going, everything ain't going to come together overnight. But once you do have a talent, you really do just have to stick with it, go all in, be patient, you know. Because you got to look at most people that, like, up there in life, like, they had to go through a lot of stuff to get somewhere. So
They had to build that, yeah. If it wasn't hand to them,
it ain't just
and
no
even if
falling
it's hand to
hand,
them, they got to
like,
be responsible for it.
Well,
If they got it.
I honestly think most people really don't want it because with a job, it's crazy as it's gonna sound, you got an opportunity to bullshit. Because you can sit here and say, shit, I know if I do this, I'm gonna make this. I got 3 sick days, I can do this, I can do this. But when you're an entrepreneur, bullshit if you want. You be riding that whole house hot as hell. Water off.
Bullshit
you
will
know
turn
what
that
I'm saying?
mirror in your face
Ooh,
real fast.
It hurts bad because you know you fucked up. It ain't just, you know, that somebody took my hours or I got suspended from work or something like that. It's all on you.
Oh, yeah. I remember them early days of, you know, dipping about the shop and being gone and finding all kind of stuff to do, but, you know, wait around on the next client. And it seemed like every time you pull off, now don't get me wrong, you got errands to run, bidding to handle, children to tend to, and different stuff. It seems like the barbering guys are on your side. But step out there bullshitting all day.
Oh, yeah.
2-3 all day. I guarantee you miss every dollar you supposed to make that day while you gone. Who called? Anybody looking for me? Yeah, you know, had folks stop by here. Such. That's just how I seem to look out sometimes.
Quick question for an old gen barber, right? Like what you said is true. For a new gen barber, it's like they can be lazy or they can go do whatever they want to. But they gonna get calls that's set up on the phone from somebody who live 3 cities over.
True. Well, old gen barbers got that too. If we talking new gen, old gen. I mean, we still get we got cell phone now. You still gonna get that call.
It's like if you're not here,
Yeah.
not here and you out doing errands like y'all used to, like you said when you was young,
Yeah.
right? And you out running errands, maybe they'll call you. We know people who say, yo, they call him to do, still ain't coming to shop. You know what I'm saying? He gonna miss his customer. Somebody else gonna get him.
But you know something though, Sonny? I guess to kind of add and plug all this in together. When you out running errands, the people who gonna call you is the people you already affiliated with.
Right.
What you miss is people that come through normal business hours. Because when you in a place
knowing
that
you
say,
open, yeah.
let's just say, I'm gonna name some, well, I ain't gonna name the business because they ain't paying no sponsorship spot. But a business who you look online, he say, well, damn, I'm gonna stop by there before I go to work. I gotta be working at 9. They supposed to open at 8. Everybody gonna call you. They assume that 8 o'clock somebody's in that business.
The light on, yeah.
So yeah, the regular folks who may call you may call, but you may miss an influx of business revenue from not holding on to the word that you set. And I think that's the difference between, and then you got some older barbers who got I'm gonna say a lack of time management. I use those words. That they don't really think about it like that because they're like, I don't see them. But in any business, you may say, all right, we're supposed to be open at 8. I didn't get that at 9 or 10. But that could have been 5 people you missed. Right. It don't sound like nothing, but that can be, let's just say, anywhere from $10 to $400. Right. So if you missing them and you just waiting on a call, you miss the opportunity to keep your business, what's the word I'm looking for, in a turnstile. Right. Because you got to remember, the longer and longer you deal with people, you lose customers every day for something. Whether it's they move, the girl who's bringing the little boys got a new boyfriend, the girl who's bringing the boys, she moved to another side of town, or your time may not match theirs. We moved to another city. Your prices may be too high. My little cousin cut hair now. My daddy do it now. You know what I'm saying?
They grow dread.
Exactly. So coming to work on time, those 2-3 here a day is 15-20 a week. It ain't just 2 or 3, it's 15-20 a week, which end up being new clients that as you lose 1 or 2 like Baby T, other 2 come on in and it keep your flow right.
Over the years.
What's your oldest customer? Not old in age, like I've been knowing this person for
a long
this person here for 20 years. I've been knowing this person here for.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I would say, Kenny Sappho, he won.
Right.
Even though I don't cut him now, but Mr. What the name is that comb and hair from a neck to the front to comb it all the way, Mr. Mudler.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mudler, yeah.
Like I say, he's still coming here.
Mudler shop.
Yeah, Robert Walker. Yeah, it's a lot of customers been around
So
for.
how many about years? What is that? Not
What?
in age, but in years.
Well, in age, we've been here 24 years, and Robert Walker was coming since we was down there. So you got to say at least 25, but I know it's more than that. I just don't know the exact number.
Probably somewhere right around in there. I would say I probably had as long as this shop been open, because I got people who I've been cutting since day one at the old shop. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the ones that hadn't just aged out or changed shop for some reason or another. I got some I've been cutting since I first got there. Of course, I may have some people around that I've been cutting since before I came in the shop. Since the front porch. I just may not just be popping in the head right now, but
See, and think about it long enough. There's a few of them that come here literally been cutting since I was cutting in the gym or going house to house.
30+ year client, yeah. They may have left and went somewhere else, came back, but they still around, some shape, form, and fashion.
And it's interesting that you mentioned that when you think about some of the people you've been cutting for 25, 30 years plus, and it's interesting to see that you now cutting their sons and shit like that, grandkids, all that. Or you see some people who was little, who used to holler and pee in the chair, now they grown and tough guys and shit now walk around with pistols, look like mic stands and shit. And I was like, well, you pee in the chair, you can't say nothing. But yeah, it's something else. Like, yeah, my brother, Tommy, I was cutting it out 4 times a week just to trash it on him. And here he almost 40. And now he got a son, which is my nephew that's in the 8th grade. So yeah, it's transgenerational.
Using the app, does it keep you with customers that's new or the same customer, even if they deal with you now? Like they got their haircut by you, know you now, could have got your phone number and called you, but now they just go to the app all the time and just book.
What the app does for me, well, really for a lot of barbers around us.
Okay, he ain't gonna bother. We'll listen to you later.
I'm finna hit him with that album.
Nah, I can't scream on.
I'm finna hit him with that album. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that fell out.
He got to leave here, man. We get that. I can tell you what the show.
All right, well, you say what to do for your leg. Just don't look up. Just don't.
I got you. I hear it, but I ain't gonna look up. But yeah, the app, it allows like your regular clients to keep coming, and it also allows new clients to come in. You can get on there and like you can search local barbers around you, or if you got good rates, like you may be one of the top barbers on the app, so you're bound to like get new attraction, new clients and stuff like that.
What I'm saying is, do you just have a lot of people that say, okay, well, I don't get on the app no more, I know Lex, because sometimes I meet people that be calling me like, is Lex down there? Because I don't know how to work the app.
Yeah.
And how many people just, okay, I met them on the app, now they
Damn, that boy strong too, man. Shit.
You need to put some kind of Godzilla music behind it.
What leg on him? Hey,
I knew that, yeah.
ain't no spray.
What is that?
I know I ain't got no bug spray. Alright, well he look like he might be alright now. Alright, so what you saying?
So how many customers say I don't go on the app no more? They my customers now. Like they just deal with you. Subject to going to the app and go to whoever available or however they find it.
Are you asking like they don't deal with me anymore because
No,
of like?
I'm saying that they deal with you exclusively.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, without going to that.
They ain't just randomly searching for a barber no more.
They like, yo, I call Lex. I go to Lex. I know how to get in contact with you without going to the app. Or do you still be like, man, just go to the app and set your appointment?
That's an
Yeah.
interesting question.
Yeah, it's very few that do that. You have some that just, they don't want to operate by your rules. So I want to say at least 2 people will call me throughout the week and they just want to walk in. But personally, I don't allow that only because I know how I want my day to flow, and I want to know like who's coming in at what time, and I just want to see everybody on my schedule for the day. But then if I have an opportunity where I don't have a booked out schedule, I'll allow like a walk-in or that person to come in at a certain time. But it's like, it's rare, so. But that go back to what I was saying, like, well, I was asking them how they feel about the appointment only system, because there's a lot of people still to this day, they feel like they should just be able to walk in the barbershop.
I think that, like I said, I think 2 things can be right at the same time. I like both, even though I can really just operate off appointments. But it's kind of hard to sit there and watch 5 people come in at an average of, I'm going to say $35 a walk and say, nah, I ain't going to do it. Why? Because you ain't got an appointment. But I think for some barbers that's not well clientele built yet, is definitely necessary for them. I think you establish the appointments after you got a sound, steady base of people. But I would still, in my opinion, I would leave room for that. Because now if I'm booked all day, I'm just booked all day. That's a beautiful thing. Every professional loves that. But on days where I'm not booked, I may say, you know what, I'm just going to sit at the shop all day. Because you never know. That may be,
Right.
that's just a little influx for the day. So, yeah, I think both of them can be right, but I think it just depends on your volume. That's the word I was looking for. If your volume says I'm booked from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., I don't want to take no more, shit, that's perfectly fine. If it say I'm booked 6, 7, 8, I got a gap from 8 to 11, I come to work from 1 to 3, I got a gap, then I would probably say let me sit for a few hours so I can feel that thing all the way up.
I think, my opinion on that is I think you get comfortable in the way you do things, and that's just what it boiled down to. Because I remember clearly switching from walk-in clientele after wasn't quite 10 years, but close to 10 years of being in the shop professionally, and switching from just straight up walk-in to appointments. Because I remember we didn't do appointments at all.
It was a demand.
And the way it changed is because, okay, once clientele builds and then you become busier, okay, now you got 4 or 5 people showing up in the same time. Okay, because you got your prime times a day, you got your early morning, you got your lunch time people, and you got your flow that comes in after school and work hours. So those times are gonna be kind of the more dense times on your schedule. So you look to maybe be busier then. So yeah, of course you're not gonna probably take a walk in around that time, but you're gonna fit them in where you can. So what happened was, okay, now that walk in turned to 5 people sitting there. So it's almost like, all right, you come back in an hour, you come back at 4:30. You come back at 5. You come. So it started like that, telling them what time to come back. So eventually that turned to, man, just call me and I'll tell you what time off the top. So though all those years of making those personable phone calls or being the receptionist and the barber, you became complacent in that, just like we were to just walk-ins before. So now it changed to, you got the apps available for the last few years or so, maybe even longer. So it's not the fact that one is better or one is that much different. I think it's just the fact that that's the way we've been doing it. So we're more reluctant to change to it. Have you pretty much been doing app since you've been barbering, or did you go on phone calls at first, or just pull up, or how did you do it to start out?
When I first started, I was really doing walk-ins only.
Okay.
But it had got to a point where you'll have like you said, 5 people sitting right there.
Yeah.
You on their time too.
So you ain't want to waste their time. Yeah, of course.
So that's when I feel like it would be like more beneficial if you just started a system where you could respect people's time and they respect your time as well, because people, they have stuff going on as well.
Of course. You don't want to always be 10-fold back on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Every time.
But see, walk-in, like you said, it was great starting out because people had to figure you out too.
Yeah, that's true.
But I remember doing this right here, Woods down the street. Somebody called, we sitting down spinning in the chair. Film. Hey, how many you got? Shit, I ain't got none. I'm sitting here right now. And they show up 30, 45 minutes later, and it's 6 people.
Exactly.
So they walk in the door. Cuz, you got me. You like, shit, no.
On this, ain't it? In front of all these people. Yeah.
And now if they would have came in and not said that, I probably would have done it. But it was almost like then it started getting to a point where those phone calls wasn't valid no more, because a lot of people started finding out that you offer quality work. So now all those people, like Sam mentioned, will come in around the same time on a Saturday between the hours of 7 and 10, 12. So now that's why it used to be every chair full, because nobody had a spot. So it was just like, hey, I remember when they used to do the number system. When you came in, you just pulled a number. So whatever number you pulled, I don't give a fuck who it was. Number 17, and if they wasn't there, number 18, then number 17 come back from McDonald's. It's a problem. Yeah, so it became a demand for it.
When I first started, because I done hung in different barbershops from being down there.
Oh, you been at other barbershops and shit?
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that shit.
And rest in peace to Dunbar, and just come around in different places, right? It was like it was so much community though. It's like it be packed, and it's a lot of people in here and kids, and then we all got to know each other from different neighborhoods and whatever. And so instead of being like appointments, it was like everybody sitting. So it turned into almost a gathering or a party, right? Like, man, I'm gonna go to the store and get a case. I'm gonna go get some ales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now everybody is kind of
staggered in.
Right,
Yeah.
and so now you're like somebody that I've been seeing in the barbershop, it almost seemed like for 10 years, never talked to. You know what I mean? We might be somewhere else out and run into that same person.
Yeah, we got Cole Bob.
You know what I'm talking about? It'd be like...
But mutual Bob.
It'd be, right, it'd be like, yo, rub me down there. It can even be a bad situation. And you got this dude that came and held you down. He don't even really, he know you from the shop. He done peeped your conversation, he done heard you talk. He kind of feel you like, that's a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know him a little bit, yeah.
And then I know that Billy know him. And him and Billy real tight. You know what I'm saying? And so, because now these people are all kind of ops.
It's interesting that
You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting that you saying that though, son, because it's even like that on the barber end.
Right.
I always been not necessarily like a super friendly nigga, but a friendly person.
Right.
Because you never know who your next client.
Right.
So you out there fucking over folks and talking shit to folks in the club. Nigga, you may look up and 4 years later they come in the shop with somebody else and you like, oh shit, and now guess what they say, man, that weak ass motherfucker from.
Right.
Yeah, so a lot of times it's not in your best interest to be beefing online, fussing with folk, into it with folk, backstabbing folk, because at the end of the day, everybody's a potential client at some point. Because the longer you do it, some people that you cut in your early career may stop coming to you and come back 5-10 years later in your career. But if you done did some bullshit, that damn near never come back around.
Right.
Or the people who they're affiliated with, because you never know who run with who.
Right.
I wanna go back to the walk-in and appointment situation.
Mm-hmm.
So something that like the new generation has done when it came to walk-ins, they offer like a skilled fee. So say you may have 5 people they've been sitting there for like over an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Some barbers, they'll do like a $50 skilled fee that'll allow the person to come in and skill. Everybody sitting right there in that section.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that's fair? Or like what would you
I
do
answer that off the top.
in this situation?
I've never done that. Only way I do that, if let's just say K1 is his turn for a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And the person behind him say, I pay for his haircut. So now I'm like, now you know when he take your spot, you may not be in the chair for another hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that, and the reason being because on me as a professional for so long, all that stuff comes back around. I ain't gonna say it's bad business, but it ain't business that I would choose to do, because when you got a person who loyal to you, been sitting here for 2 hours, they willing to ride it out with you. It may be like, I ain't got to work today. I just like
I'm
legs.
chilling. I'm doing the
But-
community. I'm doing community
But
right there.
but you gonna let this nigga who ain't never came in here
Mm-hmm.
and gonna spend $50 one time with you, opposed to picking up, let's just say $20 every week for 10 years.
Nah, that's crazy.
It just ain't a good business deal to me. Now, I'm not knocking the people who do it, but most barbers and stylists and professionals, they don't be in business that long, or they end up having to get another job, because don't nobody want to say, now I'm going on let Lex cut me today.
Right.
Damn, I've been sitting here 2 hours, nigga. Like, man, I'm paying $50. You just jump them?
Yeah.
I leave.
I
If it was
can-
me as a customer, I leave.
I can admit, like, I used to do that, but it opened up my eyes to, like, you know, go back to the appointment only system, and it didn't seem fair
Yeah.
to watch somebody sit there for a minute. Yeah.
Because to me, if you're going to do that, you got to compensate all of them.
Yeah.
You want to jump, so, because it's like the barber controls the situation. You can be like, hey, man, I appreciate that, Justin, but nah, now charging you extra for a time I'm not at work. Like Sundays, we open from 1 to 6. So if somebody say, can you get me at 6 o'clock Sunday morning? I can, but it's an additional that. Is that okay? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, now I need that as a deposit. Then we go like that. But even then, that's on the appointment. But far as having somebody sitting there and jumping them, yeah, that's the easiest way to be around here working at Dairy Queen from 11 to 2.
Cause everybody ain't gonna do that the same.
Oh,
you
no.
know? You might have the people that come in, and
Throw you something, yeah.
then you gonna have the nigga walking the door. Hey, I don't care what these niggas got.
Right.
Put me in the chair right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Fuck your club.
Popping that $50 bill like this here. So you know, like Benny said, I think that can get old fast. You know,
Yeah.
when you see a few people get up and walk out that door.
I got a question for all three of y'all.
Yeah.
First, I'll piggyback off what you just said. That's how my dad used to make money when he was younger. He'd go early and sit in the barber shop. And they'll pay him to jump
To
ahead.
jump.
Oh man,
So
he
he
snapped.
like, oh, yeah. Now him, he fine.
He snapped.
But for the professional, they gonna lose.
You hustle up, you goddamn $50 like that real fast.
Yeah,
Won't.
that's how he used to do it. But for all three, had y'all ever had to turn down a cut because it was a little bit much for you? Or did you just go ahead and try it? Experiment with it.
I would turn one down if it's something that can be contagious or harmful to others. Like a lot of people don't know that you can have a skin situation and it may be like, it ain't contagious, but I may say, hey, I won't cut it unless you let me shampoo it. Or if that shit is pussy, I don't give a fuck what kind of money you got, because that's gonna, nah. Because even though it may be just right there, but if I cut that shit, it's gonna spread all over the head, and now you got another problem. So nah, I would turn it down under those circumstances.
I have turned down a couple heads. I used to be scared to cut straight hair. That was probably like my worst fear. And I remember one day we had a walk-in and nobody could get to him. So I was like, dang, like I'm just sitting here. I'm the only barber available. And I cut it. I did, and it didn't come out how I wanted to. So I do like that's one thing I can say. If you're not comfortable with something, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. It may seem like you may feel bad at first, but you saving yourself time and you saving that client time and their hairstyle. And yeah.
Yeah, I would say if it's I'm probably right along with on that. If it's a cut that you feel like that ain't your style or that ain't your best, you know what I'm saying? You can't give it your best effort. Then you may need to let that person go, or just say a person may walk in with something they want. Just say we mainly clip a cut here. We can clip with scissors and trim with scissors, but we really don't do a true scissor cut. Usually, I'm gonna say usually because I'm not gonna say we don't, but usually those cuts are a much higher rate than just say a standard clipper cut at a barbershop would cost. So that's why you see your difference with your beautician cuts and your barber cuts, because those beauticians are gonna have different, combing and cut it differently than a barber. So that rate for that style is gonna be much higher than just say a $35-$40 clipper cut and shave. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about washing the head, cutting it wet, scissoring it, combing out lock for lock, that's a whole different process. So a lot of times, if you're not equipped, one, meaning you got the right shears and combs and conditioners and shampoos for that style, and two, if you're just not comfortable cutting it, go ahead and do something different, turn it down.
Barbershop Stories, the podcast.
And communicate.
140.
Communicate with the person. Say, well, I would probably recommend you go to a beautician for this because this is a much more extensive style than what I'm offering. It's ways to get around it. You don't have to cut it just because they walked in the door. You know what I'm saying?
And see, and that's interesting though, because some cuts I definitely would turn down, but before I turn it down, I say, look, I can do the same thing with them clippers, but if you want these scissors, it's gonna cost this.
Yeah, it's gonna cost the same thing. It's gonna cost at a beauty shop.
And I can't do it today because it wasn't in my time factor. Come back on Sunday at 2:00, and then I may set my schedule from 2 to 3:30.
Exactly.
And you're gonna pay like you went to beauty shop, because if you notice in beauty shop, some barber shops, female haircut is more.
Exactly.
Yeah, like cause some of it be a little bit more extensive.
Well, that's why you would have them come to a barbershop, because they felt like they was getting the deal. They was getting the men's cut price.
Oh yeah.
But they was getting, they was gonna get the scissor cut or the cut that they wanted.
Cause cause you can just regular men cut. A regular haircut. I say
standard cut. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do
clipper
that.
cut.
But most scissors, honestly, I'm probably a little bit more precise with the clippers than I am the scissors.
Exactly.
But I can use scissors. I'm just not comfortable like I want, because you talking about something that may take me 25 minutes, now you talking about an hour. Because them scissors, they are unforgiving.
Yeah, then you got some people who've been getting scissor cut that think that a barber couldn't give them the same quality with the clippers, which is, like Benny said, depends on the barber.
Yeah,
because a lot of us can still give you the same style with clippers that you can get with scissors.
Shit, probably title.
Exactly, but if you've been used to going to one or the other, guess what? Your preference is going to be what you're used to, usually.
What's the difference between what you do and a celebrity barber? Do you consider yourself a celebrity barber?
Are you asking me that?
I'm asking.
Yeah, you started off with.
Oh, okay. Nah, I don't consider myself a celebrity barber. I say that because when you're dealing with celebrities, they have different expectations out of you rather than what you used to. I wouldn't really want to be known for that, only because of that reason. Say I got a young boy in my chair and I got a client that's supposed to come in at 3:30, but young boy came in at 3:25 because he think since he bigger, you feel me, he got a name for himself that he could just come in and do what he want to do, So I really wouldn't consider myself like that, and I really wouldn't want to deal with people like that either, simply because of that reason. They feel like they above everybody else.
So him wanting to give you that $500 for that last 25 minutes,
Hmm.
you would turn that down because you got somebody to come in and give you $45?
Yeah, I would, cause all money ain't good money, and
Tell a young boy hold tight.
on top of that, that could be.
Your client gonna come in here and be like,
Go on, get it.
That's right.
Well, see, I think right there to me that would be circumstantial. I would consider myself just a professional that do great work.
Mhm.
And if I did do a celebrity, I would just clear my day out for them. Like if let's just say Master P say, man, we got the concert, man, we want all the soldiers done probably by 2:00. I wouldn't schedule nobody else. So even if they showed up 30 minutes late, I got 2 to 6 for them, and their pricing is gonna match what everybody else I told you gotta come tomorrow.
But
Yeah, I would do
you
it like
have
that.
cut celebrities though, right?
Yeah, I cut quite a few
So
up.
why that don't make you a celebrity barber?
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, to me, it's semantics. You know, I understand why people say it because it make them appear to be bigger. But me, I just consider myself a professional because they had to know it was some good because they was referred. You know what I'm saying? Because once you put celebrity barb on you, you lose your casual customers because they feel like you too expensive. Even though they might not have checked the price or none of that, they gonna feel like, shit, that nigga cut Beyonce little boy house. Shit, I don't know if I want to set up on there. I'm a professional that cut Beyonce's boy hair. But I still cut your shit too because I'm going to see them once a year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wouldn't want that tag because you put yourself in a whole different realm that ain't really sustainable because most people that call themselves a celebrity barber, you got to remember, even them niggas don't want to pay $250 a head. If they find another nigga for $45.50, they will still go down. Don't let them nigga fool you. So once you get them, you may catch them at their peak and making all type money. But then, when them niggas fall off, you do too. And now you done alienated yourself from a whole bunch of people who are still willing to spend just not no $300 haircut. So that's me.
Out of all three of y'all, if y'all can remember, who's the biggest name since we own celebrity that you cut?
I'm trying to go back. I name it from two sides. The biggest celebrity that might have been in the shop and the biggest celebrity that I cut.
Either way.
Well, I'm gonna name both sides. Cause Dave Chappelle came in the barbershop. I didn't cut him though. Mike cut him.
Yeah, Mike did cut.
Mike had cut Dave Chappelle. Michael Bivens, they came down here. He didn't get a cut, but Aaron Hall did. Who else?
Mike Jones came
Yeah,
through.
Mike Jones, he came in and got a cut.
Mike Jones fell through. Jibs, old chain hang
Yeah,
low.
Jib, yeah, when he was hot. Did your chain hang low?
Aaron Hall?
Yeah, Aaron Hall, yes, yeah, Aaron Hall. There's quite a few of them. I had to really sit back and think, but those are the ones I can think of off the top. Because I remember doing a video with Michael Bivens out there. Yeah, so who else? There's a few of them motherfuckers that came through here, though. Some of them that just have to. And then think about basketball. KJ McDaniels. He was in the NBA. Shit, Carlo Dansman. He was in the NFL with some of the best records ever. Yeah, we went to school with him.
Cut Rick hair all the time back at the old shop.
Yeah, I remember Rick Smiley, you come out of here on a Burgundy Expedition.
Yeah, the old shop.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, that'll have to sit back and just
Yeah,
think.
I mean, yeah,
'Cause there's a lot
they'll
of them that come
come,
through.
they'll come out as you sit here and think over almost 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Been some folks in and out of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you think, Lex, about the what you say, old gen? What you think some things that you see that the old gen can do different that maybe the new generation see that's probably outdated?
Good question.
I think this has to be like the biggest one so far. The use of enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see a lot of old barbers that been around for a minute, like, bashing the use of enhancements. But I feel like the time that we in now, and like the haircuts, like we cutting and doing every day. That's all people really want. So I feel like, and I'm not saying y'all bash like enhancements and everything like that.
You just hear it and see it on social media. I see it.
Yeah, hear it all the time.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. And
I'm listening.
the adjust prices too.
Okay. That's what's up. I think the enhancement thing is I don't knock it. Never have knocked it. I don't off the top just offer it. Like, you know, you want enhancement. Because like I said earlier, you know, you kind of just be used to what you used to doing. And, you know, people ask for it, you just be equipped to be able to do it. But people knocking it, I don't understand that, because I mean, you know, if people want it and they want to pay for it,
Yeah,
I mean, you know, why not? I mean, you know what I'm saying? People ain't just started what they call, I hate to use the word makeup, but people hadn't just started using makeup products and different things, whether it be in their hair, on their face, eyebrows, beard, you know, as far as dyeing it a certain color, making it blacker or turning red, or, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of put it right along in the line with that. Now, I do it just being the professional I am, and my personal taste, I do have a distaste for when it's seem to be overly used, but that's just my personal, you know what I'm saying, pet peeve on it. I don't knock it, you know what I'm saying, because that's what a person wants, that's what they want. But I don't think it always looks as good when it's almost like it's too much, you know what I'm saying?
It's painted on
You may hear me say something about that, but other than that, I just think it's part of what, you know, involvement. I can remember when I first started noticing enhancement was coming to the game. I remember it was a Future song back in the day. He said, "I get $100 lineup."
Yeah.
Hey, and we wasn't nobody.
Yeah.
It wasn't no such thing at the time.
Oh no.
So we saying, "Hey, what is that? Must be something. He must be in California getting that haircut or something. This, that, and the other." I don't even know if Steve Harvey had been exposed yet with what they call it, with the unit.
With the unit.
You know what I'm saying? So all this is like early on Future when he said that. Then I never forget Barber that used to work here, partner of mine, was having to Shine, and Shine used to go over to Bonner Brothers all the time. His significant other did hair too, so they would go to hair shows, and I remember he came back and he was like, "Man, it's the new wave. It's called what was it? Keratin hair fibers was popular at the time. The hair fibers, Keratin hair fibers was what jumped off at that time. So at that time, I can tell what it was all about. Okay, just everybody want the bling bling on the edge of. You know what I'm saying?
3D.
And I'll take it back to this. Even before the Future thing and the Steve Harvey thing, I remember I was watching the NBA game one night. This is aside the point, and I'm a Suns fan, so I'm watching the Suns and whoever was playing, and this one Sean Marion was playing for the Suns. You know, I watch haircuts all the time. I'm a barber. When I'm out or watching TV or whatever, I'm looking at the styles, because, you know what I'm saying, I might see a way I want to tweak something. Oh, I'm looking at Sean Marion like, damn, that nigga haircut looking, damn, extra icy tonight. And as he keep playing, I'm like, man, no, hell wasn't that black last game. Cause I watch every game just about game for game. I know this man hair wasn't just looking like this. I'm talking about jet black. This like 2000, 2001. Way before Future said the $100 lineup, or before Shine went to the Barner Brothers show and brought the hair fibers back. I never knew what it was or thought about it too much. I remembered it, but I never just thought about that's what it was, enhancements, until enhancement hit.
You want me to tell you one of the first who I seen that was like that shit clean as a motherfucker was Jaden Rose.
Jaden Rose.
He was one of the first, because I always
a little bit more natural on Jaden.
It's like, I think being an older barber, I look at it like I love evolving, but I also like evolve with the proper evolvement. Because like Sam said, over enhanced, most older men don't want it over enhanced. Like if they get an enhancement, they still want to be able to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Other day, that's a good looking haircut. They don't want to be like,
You want to
shit,
look like it's your
God,
natural
yeah,
hair.
You
Yeah.
want the shit to look natural.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one thing, the difference in some younger barbers and older barbers, they over enhance or they enhance everybody. Like everybody don't require the same level of enhancement. You got some people out here with perfect lines
Yeah.
that if I was to enhance them, I would go ahead and offer the whole service. And I think going back to what you were saying about the prices, that's the difference in the prices. Because I think a basic haircut should be affordable for most. A signature haircut is when I go into the price.
Exactly.
Meaning that if I say, hey, for a little kid, an Easter low, $15, it should take me 7 minutes. But you want this nigga to have a fade? You want this nigga with a little sauce? You want to throw the, you know what I'm saying? You want some lemon pepper?
We want to bring them before we open, after we close.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's when the price, because the prices really are the same. It's just more so what they call, what's the word, itemized. It's just more so itemized because I don't want to sit there and tell somebody, hey, it's $30 for you little boy, he just get an Easter low. But he ain't getting enhancements or nothing because some people just like, shit, man, I got 4 cheers. I just cut the shit off the head.
Yeah.
And it won't take me 45 minutes to cut
They
4
want
heads.
some nice, neat cuts.
Yeah, but if they like, well, I wanted this and that, I wanted the twist and I wanted the wrap and I wanted the spray.
Yeah, put SpongeBob in the back of it.
And that's all you want? All right, you know what I'm saying? That's when how I choose to do it. But like I said, even with enhancement, I do it more now because you got more guys who, you know, my age, I'm 46. So some of our foreheads got nigga a little taller than the face should be. So them niggas want to still have a crispy line, but I'm also professional enough to say, okay, don't over enhance them. Make sure it's boom.
Yeah.
And now a lot of them get it because they can't tell it. They like, damn, I ain't know it. And they were scared to get it because it was like, bro, I don't want to look like,
I got that shit in my head.
yeah, I got that shit in my head because that's what old people say. That's that shit. They don't want that shit.
Yeah, Beijing. Everybody call all of it Beijing. I don't care what. And Beijing was a brand name. It ain't the name of the process. The process is called enhancing.
Yeah. See, the early was getting the Beijing.
Yeah, the Beijing.
Well, that shit
yeah.
look like paint. Like house paint. That shit's be.
Yeah, look like they put all on
That shit look just like this
some
phone.
tie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do get it though. Things change and evolve. You know, you have to. Even if you don't accept the fact that they have, hey, get out of everybody else's way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense of hating. You know.
But you also want to make sure you got both sides of the game too.
Yeah.
Because the older your clients get, a lot of that's going to change naturally. But nah, I don't want no enhancement. Just cut this off and just, you know, a lot of that's going to change because of jobs, older, look change, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them going to change it up. So,
Yeah, people change it week in, week out, that depend. Even though I think enhancements, a lot of stuff come and go in the barbering world. You have your errors for certain haircuts and they fall off and come back and all that. But I do think enhancements are here to stay. I think there's some that add addition to the barbering world that's not going to be just a trend.
but you can use that across beards.
Yeah,
and that,
because-
especially if you know how to do it.
Exactly, because it's just a request thing.
Yeah.
Either I want it or I don't.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're going to have your people that may get it and may not, you know.
What does Jermaine Jackson got?
That's that Beijing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shining.
Yeah, that's that
Like
shit
straight
that look
aluminum foil
look
on
like
the
leather
head.
and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's that Beijing, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they
That
here to
shit
stay.
good.
I think it was a great addition. For a lot of time, them dudes had them blinged out edge ups on TV and stuff. I didn't know how they were doing. I thought everybody had a fire edge up. I'm just gonna be straight up true
Well,
when it was done right.
Well, I knew it was
Yeah.
some. Come tell me, Jalen Rose is the one that made
Yeah.
me say, whoever his barber is, I was like, let me call it because it was just you can tell the haircut was good because really the enhancements only as good as the haircut.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
His
you can-
did look good
and
tonight.
his shit is just
Blinged
a
out.
good straight line, but you can tell whoever did it, that haircut probably took at least an hour.
They took their time.
You can tell.
Yeah.
And I was
But
like,
I'm saying even from back in the day though, you know what I'm saying, noticing it what point I was finna make. But anyway, yeah, I think they here to stay.
My generation, they'll love to hear you say that.
I think, well, hey, tag them in it.
Yeah.
But I think they are. And I've been cutting hair since I started in 1991, right before my freshman year of high school. I done cut every style, probably 2 or 3 times over in the 10-year evolvement. I mean, what they call evolution of the haircut when it froze, phase, go to even all over the scissors, and it come back around. You know what I'm saying? The braids and dread. So, but I do think enhancements are one trend that hit that'll be here. Cause getting stuff drawed in your head, all that stuff was always fads and trends. Don't get me wrong. But I think now in this new age and era, I think it's less. Well, I ain't gonna say it's less following because you always have followers and people that just want to do what they see somebody else doing. But I think it's more outgoing. You know what I'm saying? All the different hairstyles you see, all the different fashion you see, all the different styles of dress, and so I mean, it's just a more outgoing time and age now. So people not scared to get out there and just say, okay, I'm gonna do my hair like this. I'm gonna walk out here with some green hair. I'm gonna walk out here with Papa Smurf in the back of my shit. I'm gonna walk out here. People just do it now. Back in the day, it was almost like, oh, ain't nobody else doing that. I ain't finna try that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand out. I'm gonna stick out. So these days, I think that's over with. Standing out almost like a norm now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What y'all call it? What they say now? I needed to pop.
Yeah.
I need some a piece on my clothing or my outfit I got on the pop. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with a haircut now. Everybody want that pop. And I think that's what enhancements brought to it outside of just your standard cut. Make you a street celebrity.
Yep. Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 148. We're sitting here with entrepreneur Lex Jakiah. How back to you, Lex?
Touch on your fashion. I mean, as an older barber, I've seen you do something. I know Benny sells merch and stuff. For his coming in line and different things, but
my people, they wanted a special request from you tonight. They want to know what HOE means.
HOE? HOE is an acronym for helping out the elderly. Because I'm a very
I told them
East Lake, yeah, helping out East Lake too. Yeah, because I'm from the great East Lake.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm from the great East Lake estates. And then it's also for you hoes. So for some of y'all that won't be hoes, you can take it however you want. But yeah, but HOE, it's really a play on words. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I consider myself to be a semi-genius. I graduated from the Great Woodlawn High School. And hoe is actually, the definition is a garden tool. It's a long-handled tool with a thin metal blade used for weeding in the garden. But I knew when I did this, people was going to talk shit. Mm-hmm. Because the proper term is whore when we talk about somebody who's promiscuous or whatever. But hoe is a garden tool, and I knew it was going to make people talk. So I give different acronyms just depending on where I'm at. Helping out the elderly, helping out East Lake, honoring East Lake, just whatever. But the definition hoe is a garden tool. And I do have these hoes for sale too. Shirts and hats. Go to BennyMac205.com. I ship it out immediately.
And to go back to the brand, I do own a brand as well. It's called Wham Faded Department. Wham means where art meets, and I kind of combined it with barbering and my style of fashion a little bit as well.
Fuck me with that. I didn't know that what that meant at all. I thought it was just some fabulous like nigga Wham. I thought it was just
you
like
ever
honestly.
Heard of, the rapper Lil Baby?
Yeah.
Okay, so his acronym is Wham as well, but it's WHAM.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people think it's like something connected with him, but no, it's where art meets.
I ain't gonna lie, that's fine. I never knew that until tonight.
what's up? I thought you said wham because you be whamming.
Yeah, like for real. I thought it was just I'm using it for.
Yeah, I got it tattooed right there too, so it mean a lot to me.
Okay.
Actually.
That's what's up. That's all right.
What's up?
That damn where art meets. I ain't gonna even say wham. I'm just gonna start saying, hey, where art meets. That's all right though. That's all right.
Whamzilla.
All right, so before we go, because, we don't want to hold you up too long, but there's a couple more questions I do want to ask you. In this line of work, right now, it's 2026, the year of our Lord. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now, as far as from fashion, from barbering, and all the other ventures that you might be into that we just don't know about? Where you see yourself at 10 years from now?
That's crazy. I just want to be somebody big, honestly. I still want to be involved with barbering, but I don't want to cut hair my whole life. You know, I want to own suites, have spots where I got people in there working under me and different stuff like that. And I really just want to be able to give back to the community more, you know, host different events and stuff like that. And that's something that we got coming real soon that we're trying to put together. So, you know, we can make a difference in Birmingham because it's a lot of potential out there. It's hid. So that's something that we're working on.
Potential as far as what?
Like, you know, our people around us with different talents. You know, I talk to a lot of guys who they into clothing brands and, you know, the cars and different type of stuff like that. Just a lot of different people that have different business. So I feel like we can bring like something to the city where people can, you know, come out and set up like different sections and sell their merchandise or just like connect and network with different people. Like we could do a huge turnaround. So, and yeah, like I said, I just see myself as being somebody big, being a great influencer, always giving back, and potentially being in a whole nother state in the next 2-3 years, you know, still doing the thing that I love and just taking care of my people around me. So
Well, that's what's happening. That's all right. That's all right.
Sounds excellent.
All right. Any more questions, comments, anything you want to say before you go? Social media, how to get in touch with you, how to book you on the app, how to get some of your merchandise?
my Instagram is Lex Jakaya. So it's LEXX.JACAYAH. And then when you get on there, you can access my link tree. It'll have my YouTube, all my social medias, the clothing brand page, and the booking site, of course. And I do have one more question. It would just be, what advice would you leave the people with tonight that want to be a barber, want to be a celebrity barber, and just want to be big? What would you leave with them? Like, what would be the most important thing that you had to learn over the years?
Be consistent. Be consistent. Keep your word, and respect time.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
think
main
that's a
thing.
huge one for me as well, being on time. So
Yeah, you gotta respect time. You definitely gotta be consistent, and I think the universe will reward you. From what I've seen in my personal life, you just like you tell somebody you're gonna be at 6 o'clock, try to be here about 15 minutes early. You know, sometimes things happen, but try to be here 15 minutes early, because no matter how cool you are with a person, friends, cousin, your auntie, uncle, them folk paying you. So yeah, we cool, but it's still an expectation because you charge them. Now, if you just doing it for free, you making show up late, bullshit, stop, smoke a blunt, drink a beer, and they can't say nothing. But when they paying you what you asked for, you got to respect them as a business constituent. You got to respect it as business, but definitely being consistent
Be fair.
and be fair.
what would you leave with them?
That's what I just said. Be fair. You know. Be fair. Be consistent. Pretty much concurring and echoing the same thing Benny said. Try to be prompt. You know, like I said. You know, and just have respect and regard for you know, your client's time as well as your own. And that would pretty much wrap it up. You know, everything else pretty much fall under that.
Yeah. The main thing, I forgot to say this too, for all the barbers who may catch this. One thing I know one of my pet peeves is if new clients come in the shop, even if everybody booked to the flow, is just communicate with them.
I was just finna
Yeah,
say
that's a big
communication.
one.
Communicate with them,
That's a big
because one thing about it, I know, like even in here, if I know I'm booked, I'm still looking at them folk like, I can get the motherfuckers in there.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow. Because somebody going to slip and maybe a few minutes late, or however, but I wouldn't want that business to lead a business. Because a lot of barbers don't realize, even though y'all are separate entities, y'all still a body of work. Because when you come in, a new client come in, they just like, hey, I heard about these people. They ain't say I heard about this, and sometimes it's individualized, but most of the time it's like, I heard about these people. What up? And nobody speaks. Or everybody let this motherfucker sit here 15, 20 minutes. What would you do if you walk in a restaurant and everybody just looking past you? It's the same thing in this. So, you know, I tell any young barber, I don't give a damn. Speak to everybody. Hey, how you doing? Somebody will be with you in a moment. If the barber's listening, they know that that's a walk-in. That's not their client. So that means somebody else needs to speak, hey, I can get you next. Or something like that. Just communicate with them, because that's the easiest way to tear your bag up. That's the easiest way. Just communicate with them, because they'll leave saying, man, I sat there 20 minutes, ain't nobody even speak to me. And once you go to hearing stuff like that you'll kill a clientele like that. That's why you see so many barbershop closed. They have no type consciousness that these people came here to spend money with you. They pass by everybody and want to bring to you, and you couldn't even speak. So
the last thing I want to leave with people like more of my kind, more of my age is you can't be in between. You got to pick and choose, like, what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not saying, like you can rap and you can cut hair, or, like, you can trap and cut hair, or something like that. So what I'm basically saying, like, you got to pick it and you got to stick with it. You can't be in and out, jumping back and forth, because believe it or not, it's a lot of people out there that do enjoy your service and what you do. And once you get people hooked to you, it's only right that you respect them, respect their time. Because, like he said, it's the only business where, like, people really coming to you and just handing you their money and saying, you can keep this every week or every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just pick something and stick with it, do right by it, and everything else will flow.
Yeah, you sure said something. Nigga bring you their money because they thought you were fat. Mm-hmm. Fuck the other 10,000 people, you. And you can't even speak.
Be like that gas station you always pass by that you know gonna be open right before you get to the house. I'm gonna pass by everything, 20 minutes of ride, because I know sunset gonna be open right a corner away from the house. I know they open. I'm gonna be able to stop by there and get my drink or my Swish of Sweets or my, you know what I'm saying, whatever I need to pick up. And you pass by there and that damn gas station, the light ain't on, you're like, what the hell they doing closed? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a trip.
So I think it's the same way in this, you know.
You go to saying shit like, damn, something wrong?
Yeah.
Akbar ain't there?
Yeah.
It is funny. It's funny you say that, and we're going to close out. It be mornings I get here I had to be at 5. I get about 4:45. So I may pick up paper, you know, all type of little shit. And it's people that done came in here years later and was like, man, every time I come out of that motherfucking that blue car there or whatever, and they be like, I just came in, I ain't even know it was a barbershop. But they don't want to walk up to the door and see them hours and nobody's here. Now, if the lights on and say we'll be back for lunch, yeah, okay, niggas got to take lunch or
gotta
whatever.
make sense.
But them goddamn lights can't be off all during business hours. You end up losing more money because people start looking at it like, man, them niggas ain't never open. Yep. So shit, so hey, that's what it is. It's been a great episode of Barbershop Stories, the podcast. We appreciate the live studio audience that was there. Shout out to Z-Lens Media. That's who do all the filming, do the editing. He do the uploading because he got a big computer and a new camera. Shout out to Z-Lens Media. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on all social media. The letter Z, Lens Media. Also, too, shout out to Sonny Black with Rock House Records. He definitely runs the studio every now and then, but the nigga fat. So hit him up. We're gonna encourage him to get on back to it. And he's also unlicensed chef. That nigga fat. Cook anything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say unlicensed fat because they let you know he's a nigga that can just cook. So y'all make sure y'all check him out.
He got a little salt on.
Yeah, he fat. He got a little salt on now. That shit don't taste like
license. They can't put no salt on.
Yeah, you got that license. You can't sprinkle shit on it. They cooking raw nigga meat right up. But yeah, so shout out to Sonny Black. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. And shout out to everybody. You know, shout out to the young lady here. She came in the studio. What's happening? I can't say her job, but yeah, she served chicken sandwiches, so you can take that however you want. And also too, we throw a lot of events all the time. I'm gonna tell you, you can go to the website at Benny Mac 205, and you can look at all events, all type media to connect you with all the social media. And if you are in town, this Saturday, August the 22nd, is the 24th year anniversary for the Barbershop. Now that was on the 5th, but the show is gonna be on the 22nd. We got K-Dub, Jason Shorter, comedian Felicia, Kemp Cone, and hosted by me, comedic narrator Benny Mac. And when you get your ticket, all drinks are free from the bottom to the top shelf. So y'all make sure y'all come on through. And as doors open at 8, show starts at 9. You can get the tickets at BennyMac205.com. And we also is a real barbershop. We open 7 days a week. Come through, it's 7 barbers. You can hit up Big Reese, Sam, Corey, Merc, Dog, C5, Lex Jakaya, or excuse me, Wham.
Wham 4K.
Yeah, Wham 4K, goddammit, in 4K. Or myself, man. Y'all come through 7 days a week. One of us would definitely be able to service you. Call 205-591-CUTS or 591-2887. So, hey, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like it and let folks know we can watch goddamn where art meets. I bring that funny for a little money. As always, something to laugh at. Goddamn it, we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Deuces.